to Thrive Tucson Business Spotlight, sponsored by Vantage West, where I chat with small business owners and organizations to see what makes their company thrive. I'm your host, Carla Escamilla, and today I'm joined by Paloma Rodarte and Ludwig Van Castro of Frostings Event Designs and Rentals. Since opening in 2005, Frosting has provided full-service event design and production for a variety of social and corporate events. They've also made their materials and designs available to the public through their Frosting studio located in downtown Tucson. Welcome to the show, Paloma and Ludwig.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
So, Paloma, let's start with you. Tell me about your idea about starting this business.
Well, we both come from the hotel industry, and then I went to work to a rental company, and when I had kids, I couldn't work full-time and be with my kids full-time, so we decided to start this business, and we went door to door and started selling our business, and then from there it just kind of like snowballed into what it is now.
So Ludwig, tell me, there's something that Paloma started, but immediately you stepped in and you thought this was going to be a business for both of you.
I had to, just to give you an idea. The first year, she produced 4 grand openings for Marriott hotels. But then as we trickled down in the business, there were months that we were producing up to 20 to 30 events a month. So I was working my full-time job with the city of Tucson while working also on the weekends, helping her with deliveries and everything. Until 7 years ago, I had to make the move. And that was a tough part of the business, because going from 2 decent salaries to 1 to none, that is a challenge. It's when you really need to push and prove that what your idea is worth something and make it work.
And how were you able to overcome that financial strain that you had at the beginning?
It wasn't an easy 2 years, to say the least, because you depend on the business and the marketplace, and it was right at the time when the financial situation of the country wasn't the best. We relied at that time only on corporate business, meaning companies coming to Tucson to do their convention and incentive traveling. Unfortunately, they start not spending the money, so we had to come up with a plan B. At the time, we developed a platform to start selling weddings and social events, and the rest is history.
So as husband and wife owning this business together, how do you separate the duties of the business?
Mainly, I do the selling and the design, and he does a lot of selling too, but also production.
So we work together with clients. Sometimes we pick specific clients that prefer her or prefer me. That's natural. It comes natural. Not everybody likes the two of us. Say that. But it is a natural fit. And then after that, as she said, I make sure that I produce everything that she imagines.
Paloma, tell me about the services that you provide.
So we do anything from full event design. So that means if you come to us with a theme or the look that you want for your wedding, then we help you create it, design it, and then we produce it for you. So we come in, we set it up, you love it, and we go home. That's pretty much what we do. We also have the dual entity is that we full event design, but we're also a rental company. So somebody can come and rent 1 or 2 pieces from us, or we can do full production.
Tell me about the rentals.
That was key for us to identify the need in this town of resources for the people who is in our line of business. So then rather than competing with everybody for the client, we become a resource for them. So we produce our own events, but we also help every creative planner, wedding designer, and hotel industry people in order to make their events better.
Paloma, at the beginning of your business, and you said, I'm not going to do any weddings, and that's something that it just had to change really quickly. Why did you change that?
Well, unfortunately, the economy changed, and corporate business wasn't spending the money that you used to spend, so we had to kind of change our way of marketing, and we said, well, we have to do weddings and social events, and people are always getting married no matter what's happening, and we would deal with everyone's budget, so we were able to, thankfully, find our niche with that too, and have success with it.
That brought us to the next stage of the business. And it's funny that you're conducting this way, because it's falling into the timeline. When that happened, we needed a physical space for people to come to us. Corporations do not come to our office as of today. You go to the resort where the meeting is happening, we do a site inspection, and then we send renditions wherever they are. They could be from New Zealand to London to New York or Los Angeles. But the local market for the social part of the business wants to touch the couch, they want to feel the texture of the linen or see the flowers and colors. So that's why we ended up opening a store. It's been almost 4 years, and that was a breakthrough in our business.
And And tell me about that breakthrough. How did it change?
Exponentially change, not only in the time that we have to commit to the business, because open to the public means that people can call you almost at any time, and you have to take care of them in order to get that business and not your competitor. So you have to be available. It is a responsibility to keep the space up and running, and also providing a space that is inspirational for people. When they walk in, you want them to be wowed by the array of different products and services that we offer.
It also helps to upsell. So people see it, you set it up, and they, oh, I like this, I want this, what else do you have? And so it kind of helps us kind of go through the event with them, but it also helps us sell a little bit more.
It's also perception from the client. Before that, we used to meet people at Starbucks. Like many other companies that start small, we didn't have a space, so we will just meet and consult people at a Starbucks coffee. Now, having your own space, it makes you somebody in the marketplace, and then sends a message to your competitors and people who wants to team up with you because they believe in you, that you're serious about what you do.
Being a local business owner and leaning so much on the community, why set up your studio near downtown? Why was that important?
Well, downtown it's a happening place in Tucson, we want to believe, because it's where Tucson was founded. It's history, number one. But now all of the new generation of people in the creative field wants to move to downtown. So first, it's centrally located, it's easy access, and second, we love the vibe of downtown because all the creative people tends to converge in that space. So that was just the decision.
We want to feel more hip.
Yes. Tell me about your employees. I know you have a lot of family working with you, but you also have grown into having more employees.
Right.
And how do you manage that?
Well, at first it was really hard to manage because we went from just us to now having people rely on you and your sales. It's their paycheck, whether we never may not get paid, but they have to get paid. So it was a transition for us, but I think we've done it pretty well, and thankfully the business has given us that to be able to help more families and have more people work with us.
We are only as good as a team of people that is supporting our project. Now we know. And it's important to nurture them, to train them, and to make them part of our project and believe in the dream that we have. That's how we get along with working sometimes 18 hours a day or producing 5 events in one day, because people believe in the dream that we present to them and they want to be part of it. And for us, it's inspirational.
And they become your family.
And we depend on them.
Yep.
So all this is a learning experience, from learning what you need, what you want. But can you give me an example, maybe an event that didn't go how it was supposed to go and you had to, in the point, change things? And
the most memorable one, which is kind of one of the worst, but we had done this big event. It was for a big local university, and it was like a big gala that they do every year. And there was a problem with the date. We had one date, they had another date. So thankfully we had things already pre-prepared. But when they called us and said, well, aren't you going to come and set up? And we're like, well, it's tomorrow. They're like, no, it's today. So thankfully, we were able to pull it all together with our employees and everybody. But it was one of those times where you think, we're not going to do it. We're not going to make it. But we did it, yeah.
You pulled it through.
It's an event for 200 people. It's not that easy to put it together when it's so designed, and this client is attention to detail every step of the way. But we pulled through because we pre-planned and because we have the right team of people working with us.
And now we double-check everything.
You learn from that.
Exactly.
Ludwig, before we leave, tell us your biggest piece of advice for somebody that is looking to start a new business.
Believe in what you do and be constant. Be smart about the effort that you put into a business, but be constant. Don't give up on the first hardships that you encounter throughout. There's going to be a lot of challenges throughout the way of you, between you and your dream. There's a lot of work. Be smart about it, but be constant. And just make it happen. You have to work hard, but not only hard, also being smart and enjoy on the way.
Yep. Well, I enjoyed having you here a lot.
Thank you
so much. And for you to learn more about Frostings events and book an event, check out frostingsevent.com. You can also find them on Facebook and Instagram. This has been Business Spotlight with Carla Escamilla. See you next time.